What's going on, guys? We're back again. We'll quickly run into the Scourge here, quickly showing the roster before we do. Nothing's really changed since the last time we discussed it with difficulty 6. Our boy Scarlet Spider, everything's T4 maxed out. He's on a Raider ISO 8 for more damage. Ghost Spider's the same situation. We've got her pretty much everything T4'd and leveled as well as far as we can go. And just hoping that we can maybe get some more shards on her. In the next raid season. That's really the only thing I can really do at this point in time. It's good to mention that it's good to mention that at least you can get shards on her. Miles, he's still T14. Haven't bumped him up just yet. I feel like once I start getting into a more difficulty with these nodes, I will perhaps do that just to push him into 15 and finish it off there. Maybe even bring one of these guys up to 16 depending on how it goes. All depends on the rankings and all that good stuff. Our boy, original Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Still haven't seen his red stars in the store, but still waiting for that. And then, of course, our last but not least, Spider-Punk, the most BA-looking one. So that's the roster, guys. Everyone's T4'd and maxed out on everything. I'd say right now that's probably what you want to do if you want to maximize the event and get these guys maximum damage and everything like that. Other than that, let's jump into the difficulty 7. Alright, guys. So we're back here, and as you can see here, we're just about to run into node 5 here, but I'll just show you what I've been using for node 1. Basically Secret Avengers, which are using for Doom raids. I find that that's one of the best teams, and a lot of people already have these teams leveled up. And then I switch over to Eternals just because they do have Captain Salmon there for that speed buff at the start. And lots of other content creators have already made footage on that if you guys want to see that. But yeah, I didn't want to waste time. I didn't want to make a super long video showing all the node attempts. And then, of course, same thing. We've got sort of a team that I think I'm going to be running for Dark Dimension 5 if I ever get to global nodes. But all these are good picks and all very meta characters. I don't think anyone's going to complain about these characters that I've selected. Secret Avengers, Doom, Emma Frost. Anyways, so you guys know my lineup. You guys know my team already. 807,000. Let's see if we can do this. I ran into it once just to see how it was, and it was pretty straightforward. So we'll see if we have to do any resets, but I don't think we will need to. It's very straightforward. I'm starting to feel like it'll probably be most likely difficulty 8 is probably where I'll have to start strategizing something. For this one, still, I mean, these guys are pretty hefty amount of damage, so you want to make sure you can still take that taunt off of Red Guardian at the start, because you won't be able to get to the other characters if you don't get rid of that taunt. So that's where our boy Miles is still doing it. Even at T14, he's able to rip those taunts off like it's nothing. And then you want to focus on the Cloak and Dagger combo. Of course, in this case, Cloak hasn't dropped just yet, but feel free to, ability block Kitty Pryde as well. She's also annoying because she can disrupt, but we're gonna focus on Dagger here because her debuff or her debuffs and her buff removal are extremely dangerous for our team. So we want to make sure we can get rid of her. So you're gonna see Kitty Pryde there applying that disruption. I don't think right now at this difficulty it's going to be an issue, but for sure I can see it being a very, very big issue, maybe perhaps in difficulty 8, or if you guys are running on higher, maybe even higher in difficulty 8, or if you're even doing Scourges on top of that. So I haven't done any Scourges on top of this, just so I can still get the feel of the base difficulty. And then right now, the difficulty itself is worth more points than the Scourges. So once you figure out where your difficulty is, that's where you can probably start amping up some of these Scourges, and then you can start getting some more points involved, right? So right now I'm not really focused on the Scourges. Right now I want to see how I do just on the normal difficulties, so that way we can see if there is any viable options for us to use before that. And of course you can play around and test around as well and just make sure. So anyways, that's how we're going at it. Once you take care of those initial characters, next wave drops, just make sure you're taking care of the, like I said, the Cloak and Dagger combo. But other than that, I mean, we have Spider-Man Stun. I would save it. It depends on your situation, but of course these guys are dropping like flies, and with my particular team, I think 800 and some thousand, they're not gonna have too many issues with this difficulty, just because my T16 characters are really carrying through. And as you can see, Ghost Spider just hits like a rock. Same with Scarlet Spider. Just unbelievable damage from the two Dark Dimension 5 combatants, I guess. They're veteran in that experience, different from the other Web Warriors because they have experienced it, and I've been doing some attempts there. So now I've basically put that stuff on hold because we're trying to get the Scourge in and haven't had time. There's just so much going on with that the Avengers Tower, and then we have the Doctor Strange event, and oh my goodness, it's like, yeah, this game's becoming more involved in my work, which is insane. But there you guys have it. So that's our that's pretty much it. You want to make sure all your cooldowns. We're smarter this time. Difficulty 6, we kind of rushed into it, but this time with 7, we got the job done here, and we can basically get the node finished here with most of the cooldowns in check. So I'm gonna quickly pause the recording now, and I'm gonna see if I can get through these other nodes. I think it's gonna be very straightforward as well with villains and cosmics. We can use BO, and we can use our other arena metas like Infinity Watch to crush those teams. But you guys can see here we've one shot at that, and yeah, we'll jump back in here when we get the recording for the last node. Alright guys, so we are back. We were able to crush out, let's see here, I'm just recapping here. We did node 1s with Secret Avengers combo, global team, very much going to be probably my Doom, or my DD5 team, thinking for global nodes. Then our Web Warriors for node 5, and then of course we stuck with the same arena teams we did for difficulty 6, which was used at BO. Very straightforward, especially if you kill Star-Lord and get that barrier, you're going to be in good shape. And then, of course, in our last one, before the difficulty 10, or excuse me, before node 10, we actually ran up the with our Infinity Watch team here, and very, oh geez, I'm pretty sure I just autoed it, but yeah, very straightforward. If you've got an arena team of Infinity Watch over 700k or 750, 800k or whatever, you're not gonna have any issues. So same sort of lineup. I haven't even really I haven't tried it out yet. This is gonna be my first run, so we're just gonna quickly see how this one is. I do know that we know Thanos is gonna taunt, so we're just gonna see if he taunts. Yeah, he's gonna taunt here. So I've noticed that if you can go in and out and cancel. So if he taunts, what you can do is you can just cancel and do it again. Sometimes he hits his basic, sometimes he hits his special. It's kind of weird. He's kind of a weird character. But you know what? Let's actually what we're gonna do here is we've got our Dark Hunters. We're gonna quickly throw in who do we want to bring in? Do we want to bring in everybody? Let's bring in the 4 and see. Actually, it might be better to bring in 1. Let's just see here. Sometimes it might be just better to bring in 1 because you're not gonna be able to cancel out, and you want them to just die, so then they're not using their cooldowns on you. So you know what? Let's cancel out one more time here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in, and we're gonna just throw in, I think, maybe Dr. Voodoo, because he seems to be probably the tankiest one. He's got his death proof passive, and seems to be pretty bulky himself. I don't know at this mode how bulky he's gonna be, but we'll see. We'll get a couple hits in. We'll go slow motion just in case we see some really nasty ultimates getting created here. And you know what? I think this is probably okay here. Let's see. He's okay. So yeah, well, you know what? Let's we'll target Thanos. Let's use his special. This is nice because he's gonna create a defense down, and then he's gonna be able to get some characters to get in. So normally, if I get these guys leveled up, I feel like this would be a very dangerous special, especially to finish off or clean up a node. Given the fact that the Web Warriors are going to be our main quarterback for nodes 5 and 10. So just something to consider. If you want a T4 one, that's definitely an ability that's really worth noting. I haven't done anything to my Dark Hunters yet because I wanted to kind of research and see if we needed to do both teams or if we just needed the one, and I didn't want to pump all these resources into 2 teams because, as everyone knows right now, resources are so scarce, it's ridiculous, and now we've got like teams coming out every week. It's like crazy stuff. So we do have our Web Warriors. I'm just trying to I'll jump in here. So if it's still really iffy and it's ugly, we can back out again and throw in some more Dark Hunters just to absorb some whoops, low battery, to absorb some ultimates as well. Gotta charge my phone soon. So let's see here. We got Thanos. He's got, oh, didn't he use his, oh, maybe he didn't use his taunt. Okay. Oh, and then look at that. So Ebony Maw actually uses ultimate as well, which is that's really bad. That's weird. I thought we were faster. For some reason I thought we were faster, but I always seem to forget that when you have Thanos and Ebony Maw together, they have that little speed buff. So actually, you know what? That's actually a really good. That's a really good mention. If we have difficulty on the harder nodes, they're actually a really good pair. Thanos will feed energy, and then Ebony Maw will give everybody. Well, he'll give everybody barrier if they kill off. You know, I think what is it? A hero controller or something. I forget which one it was, but as you guys see here, we'll absorb the ultimate and the taunt, and then that way, you know what? Oh, maybe I should just brought in 2 characters. That's okay. Yeah, you know what? That's good. So we absorb some ultimates there, and look at that. I think she's gonna use hers. Oh no, she's used her special, I think, or whatever that was. I forget which ones are special. I haven't really played around too much with my magic. Usually when I play with her, it's Blitz, and I don't even know what's going on in the Blitz battles. So I think we have ourselves a pretty good position now. We just got to jump into my raid teams here, and as you guys see, we should be able to at least hopefully clean this up now. Hopefully I didn't screw myself. No, luckily, difficulty 7 is pretty straightforward, so we should be able to at least get through. I think we should be able to get through it without too many hiccups. I think it's gonna be fine. I think for sure. Let's see here. So we got through the node here now. No ultimates, no taunts. Okay, so this is what we want. Just something to think about. I think for if I go into a higher difficulty, just definitely something to consider, guys. To absorb some ultimates and specials and all that good stuff, and hopefully it doesn't screw you guys up. Only problem with using Dark Hunters as an absorption team is, if you do really bad with your web warriors, you're not going to have a cleanup team. So, you know, we're going to have to see how this works on in the later nodes. But for sure, right now, we'll do what we can here. We're gonna. I don't know if doing that to Colossus was the best move, because he's going to automatically taunt anyways when his mutant compadres get low health. So I don't know if that was the best idea. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the special just so we can, or not the special, we're going to do the ultimate just so we can hit everybody and get some health back. That's, I feel like, is probably more important than anything else. And then look at that, he already has a taunt. Oh, look at that, we whip. Oh wow, these guys are really weak. I did not expect that much damage, considering, I mean, I'm only 160,000 points, and then these guys have fairly similar combat power. So that's interesting. I think I might have been a little bit too cautious. Wow. Okay. I guess my team's too strong for this. So I didn't realize that. I thought I was trying to be crafty with the taunts and the avoiding the ultimates. But I guess, yeah, if you guys have a big enough web warriors, I guess it doesn't matter. I should have tried first instead of assuming. But there you guys have it, I guess. It works out. So I guess we're gonna be going into difficulty 8 here pretty soon. So there you guys have it. That's our new high score. I think now we got 800,000. And that's actually going to get a good bulk of those rewards as well in our milestone, you know, in the milestone rewards. So good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So happy to see that at least we're not having too much difficulty because of our very, very high web warriors. But yeah, if you guys are having trouble, definitely throw in those Dark Hunters in there and try it out. You know, see if that helps with absorbing the ultimates and the taunts, and then having the web warriors come in and clean up. And worst case, if it doesn't work, I mean, you can reset the node or reset the run and then try again. But yeah, I mean, we have unlimited tries, no penalties, all that good stuff. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll have to maybe start messing around with some Scourges soon. We'll catch you guys in the next one.